Hey guys, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. It's going to be a cooking video, but it's going to be a beef stew or a steak stew or a traveler stew, however you want to call it, depending on what you're cooking it for: camping, Renaissance festival, pirate events, or for some kind of fantasy gaming, like High Fantasy Society or what's that other one, Amp Guard. So this is definitely one you guys could also use as well. I do a lot of Renaissance festivals and pirate events, especially for the Shriners in Galveston, and a lot of other kid events that we do things like this for. Trunk or treats, all that good stuff. Kids like pirates, what can I say? So today's recipe is going to be pretty simple. You got the coals going, and we're going to be cooking it in a Dutch oven. So guys, stick around and follow us along on this recipe, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, so the recipe's pretty simple. Got our steak. Now we're just going to cut it into cubes. Alright, so I was just informed we got some kind of weird wizardry going on. Apparently we're going to be like poofing in and out of things. So, ground pepper. Salt. And Worcestershire sauce. And we're just going to let that sit for a few minutes after we mix it all up. And let this sit for a little bit and soak it all in before we throw it in the Dutch oven. So, we're doing this. And next, to the veggies. Alright, so the veggies are going to be an onion. We're going to use about 4 to 5 cloves of garlic, mushrooms, carrots, and potatoes. So we're gonna get these cut up and we'll see you guys back here in a second. Alright, so that wizard's cutting was pretty fast. We've got 6 carrots, 5 cloves of garlic, 1 container of mushrooms, 1 onion, 5 potatoes, then we got our 2 steaks, then we've got salt and pepper for taste. We're gonna use about 5 or 6 bay leaves, ground thyme, broth, and stock. And then we've got this to go out to the compost tumbler so nothing goes to waste. Alright, we'll see you guys outside. Alright, so now we've got the coals done. We're going to set the Dutch oven on here. Sit back here for a minute. Let that heat up for a second. It's actually getting pretty warm in there, so put that in there for a moment. Kind of let these brown for a second. Alright. Alright, now we're going to put the garlic and carrots in there. Stir that up for a second. Alright, now we're going to set the potatoes in. Stir it up nicely. Now, mushrooms and onions. Whoop, I'm losing a few. Oh well. That's really starting to smell good. Probably should use my larger Dutch oven for this. Oh well. It'll still work. That smells really good. Now beef broth. One thing of stock. You want it to cover, so you got half of it. And we'll save this in case we need it as it's cooking down. here. A little, put an extra one in because of that. And a little bit of thyme. Now we're going to mix this up and then let it sit for a while. And just, oh man, that smells really good. We'll let this sit for a little bit and then we'll come back out and check on it here after a while. And I will put this in the description below on how to cook this. So again, it's really simple. Just a handful of ingredients and then you just throw it into a cast iron Dutch oven. And that's pretty much it. Alright, it's been about 20-25 minutes or so. So we're going to check it real quick. And if we need to stir it, yeah, we're going to need to stir it a little bit. So lay that right there. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and stir this up real quick. Like I said, I will put the recipe in the description for doing it on here, and even doing it in the oven is really no different than the conventional oven. Just, you know, if you have a Dutch oven that doesn't have the tripods like what these do, and you just have the regular style Dutch ovens, or even just a pot, you can do it on your stove, or even just throw it in a Dutch oven and throw it in your oven for, you know, about 2 hours or so on about 350, and you know, you still make it that way too. All right, so just about there. Now we're just gonna add a little bit of rosemary, oregano, thyme, and some salt, a little bit more pepper in here for flavoring, and a little bit of flour to thicken it up a little bit. Ah, this hurts. All right, now thicken this up a little bit. This is hot. I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle it around and gradually mix it in. You don't want to just dump it all in, otherwise it'll just be a big old clump, and you don't want that. We don't want it too thick. We just want to kind of give it a nice little hearty. Just like that. Now we're going to let this sit for about another, I don't know, 15-20 minutes or so, and then we will pull it off and dinner will be served. Alright, so we just added the flour and seasonings. Now, you can put the celery in at the beginning. I like my celery still pretty crunchy, not completely soggy, so I usually do it about 10 to 15 minutes before I'm ready to serve. Again, that part's optional, just like adding the Worcestershire sauce halfway through. Again, optional by taste. So, we'll see you guys here in a minute. And then the remnants goes right into the tumbler, and we'll spin it around. Alright, so now we're done. And we're going to bring this thing into the house. And as you can see, that looks really good and smells really awesome, guys. Wish we had smell-o-vision so y'all can smell this. But again, easy to make, and from start to finish was about 2 hours. About 20 minutes prep, and about an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes on the coals. If you do it in the oven, again, it'll probably be about the same. Just kind of keep an eye on it throughout that time. But otherwise, easy to make, guys. All right, so we're going to cut the bread. I'm going to pick off the top part and the inside. Now you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but it does aid to the effects of how things were done back in the day. This is how they would actually eat things in the Middle Ages, honestly. So we will take our soup, pour it inside there, and then it's better if this was on a plate. Let me do that. Use a paper plate for it and set it on there just like that. And then the bread remains. You just kind of sit back on top and it'll absorb that broth and really thicken up, and that's how you eat one. Or you can just put it in a bowl and eat it that way. All right, so here's their bites, or a taste test, whatever you want to call it. And the first time I made this was when I was in Boy Scouts. That was a long time ago. Good, Orlando?
Yes, really good.
Really good.
All right, so everybody's saying it's good. So again, guys, real easy to make, and I will put the recipe down in the description. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. Definitely something a little different with fall being in it here. So hope you guys enjoy this one, and see you guys on our next adventure.
Bye.
Bye.